This channel is dedicated to discovering indie games. If that's something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Ludum, for those of you who don't know, is a competition that's held 3 times a year with a theme, and you have 48 hours in order to complete the game. It started off in 2002 in an internet forum, and now it's a fully fledged system. It usually produces some very interesting games, and this year the theme is to mix 2 genres that don't usually go together. Here are 10 games that I chose that I saw. With over 3,000 games submitted, I can't wait to check more out. First up, we have Shuffle Climber. And the first thing I realized about this game is that it has the music from Celeste, so I'm assuming that the music from Celeste is open sourced or freely available. And you have those cards on the bottom that are randomly generated and put there, and you get to choose what you want to do. Thankfully, these enemies didn't come all the way to the end, otherwise I would have died really early. That shield came in handy here. If there's one thing I think it should offer exactly what you need in order to complete the level. Next up, we have Tempo Quest. Oh, this one was a really, really cool one. I hope this becomes something more than just this little demo. It's like you're playing Dance Dance Revolution, but it's a platformer at the same time. So you know how you usually hit a button and you get to attack? This time when you hold down the button, those little arrows come up and you have to match them. And it does a good job of hitting the enemies. I'm not sure how they actually kind of work that out, because it's not all the time it does. But you could assume when you attack, you're actually going to attack. Oh yeah, when you have to hold down the button, it feels so good. I'm not sure if there was force feedback, but I sure as hell felt like there was. And you have this special, so you can build up your special meter. It was really cool. Really well polished as well. Next up, we have Soccer Fight. Okay, this one was quite interesting. So I love soccer, and that's one of the reasons I chose to look at this one. It's like you have to survive. You're beating up people, and you just have to shoot them with this with your soccer ball. Use the mouse to shoot. I didn't feel like you could aim, and this red goal, I want to know what you could do with that, because I really want to get it in the goal. You could jump. I was trying to get into the goal there, and you can see that kind of led to a different scenario. I thought this was really cool. I liked it a ton. Alright, now we have Cyclevania. And yep, it mixes Excitebike with Castlevania. Really simple demo, but I would love to see more of this. You basically just jump and shoot. You have these springs, and there are different pathways, but as far as the demo goes, that's pretty much all there is. I have seen another game similar to this, though. I have to find it again. Wreckless Rally, Towing and Bejeweled. Okay, so when I first started to play this one, I didn't know what on earth I was looking at. Like, I was trying to figure it out, because I think there was a tutorial, but who has time for that? I didn't have time for that. You basically go around, once you touch these other cars, you're a tow truck, you pick them up and you could line them up, it chains them. And you go over these little pit stops, and you get to basically cash them in. And as you can see, that green car was just coming at me, and once it hit me, like, all the cars I was carrying kind of fell down. So you don't want to make a change too big, or you could. You just have to be really good at it. I would like to see this one again turn into something else. This was just really unique. I liked it a ton. I also like the ways you could really make combos on this. Like, you see that 333 on the bottom? You need to have a blue one and then some yellow ones. And I'm not sure what the points are like, but you need that in order to get it. Rackety Rekt.
There once was a man. His name was Gary. Now, Gary lived in a different world. In this world, everybody else had balls, and that's what they played with. But Gary was different. Gary had a racket, a tennis racket to be specific, and that's why they hated him. They hated him, and they hated his tennis racket. Wherever Gary would go, they would chase him down just to boo him. So one fine day, one sunny bright day, Gary decided to beat the out of them. And this is his story.
That was quite clever. You basically just run around, and I was trying to hit the balls that they're sending at me, but I felt like I was dying with that. But I could see this turning into something a lot better as well. I like the idea of the game for sure. Just beat them up. I see that blue meter on the bottom of my green meter. The green one is my health. The blue one, I'm guessing it's like you beat them up and that goes down. But then it was building up as well. I wasn't really sure. Either way, I kind of like the game, and I want to see it grow. The Passage. Alright, yeah, this one took me a while to kind of get the hang of. It's an endless runner with a first-person shooter. Yeah, I had to shoot those things. That took me a while to really realize. Because when you're shooting, it doesn't feel like you are, but you are. It feels like I'm out of bullets, but you're not. And I missed this. I was supposed to go up those blocks and go over that ledge. Yeah, I was not going to play that again. Run for Love. It's a dating sim mixed with 3D platformer. So this is sped up. This is not the actual time. And I did cut some parts of it. Oh no, I take it back. I did not speed this up. I just cut it instead. The only object I got was this thing. This little like a can of energy drink is what it really was. So I guess you have to go around and collect a bunch of stuff and then give it to your date. And the more stuff you get, the happier your date is. Here's my date. And I got dumped. And that's the end of the game. Alright, so this game, I missed the title just now. It's, this took me a while to really understand what it is I was looking at. High explosive stealth. So at first I thought this was like a sniping thing and you were sniping them. You're not actually sniping. You're dropping bombs on them. And what you want is you only have a limited amount of bombs. So you need, but there are so many enemies on the screen. So you need to kind of get them close to each other and shoot on the ground and have that explosion count for multiple enemies at the same time. And everything here is rendered in full 3D. It didn't have to be, but I like the look of it a lot. And I had fun with this one. I really hope it becomes something greater. Fallen Leaves. This is the final game on the list, at least for this part. And it's a hidden object mixed with a 3D platformer. And the 3D platforming is just so good. You have this like Celeste dash when you jump. And I've never seen that in a 3D game before. First person as well. I'm not sure what the hidden object part was. I couldn't spend too much time with the game because I died quite a few times jumping on those platforms. But the game obviously wants you to solve little riddles or puzzles. I really liked this game, not only the way it looked. It was very aesthetically pleasing to the eye with the colors and all that stuff. But it felt really good. I can't believe they took the jumping that you get from Celeste and put it on here. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed these games, look forward to part 2 sometime in the future. And I'll see you tomorrow for another indie game discovery.